Hello guys, it is Futon here, and today was launched the Elite Dungeoneering Quality of Life, and I'm gonna say that I am utterly shocked. But before we get into anything, one of the first major things that was done was the consolidation of the shops. So now everything in the shop is all in one place. So we got every single thing. Tempo Anishi was the one that was missing, it wasn't in the shop. This Magma Golem wasn't in the shop. There was a couple other little things here and there. But nothing has changed as for unlocks besides this right here, which what is the Elite Dungeon chest. Once upgrade, chests inside Elite Dungeons will allow banking and always grant the 20% double loot chance on bosses. You never have to toggle this ever again. It costs 750 KDG tokens, which is approximately 150 Elite Dungeon bosses or 50 runs, or killing 50 mini bosses. I highly suggest you just kill the bosses themselves and do 50 ED2 runs. You'll make a lot more money. It really won't take that much effort, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take the time and go ahead and unlock this for myself. So I now have that. And also, if you have the 7% or the Elite Dungeon outfit, it also saves 7%. Again, that's another reason I suggest you go to Elite Dungeon 2. It's more tokens, etc. But that is now unlocked. Everything here is owned. So, with that being said, we're going to move on to consumables, and now here we go. Basically, these Elite Dungeon tabs are actually, I think, going to be kind of useless, and I'll show you why in a second. It's nice to have the Lucky Charms here, but again, it wasn't required because another thing I'm going to show in a second, but everything in the shops are all in one. And it's actually a lot cleaner to see. I'm very happy with that. But next, let's get into some notes here. First off, I'm going to go into what is known as charm conversion, and this is going to basically here. They now added a left click option on Lucky Charms. I love this. You can convert between the charm types. No more accidentally buying another one. You literally can just keep converting between the two. So I can convert all my Shadow Reefs to Dragon King Laboratories. There is no charge for it. You don't lose them, and yeah, basically you can just go here and just quick buy it to 100 charms and just transfer them between the dungeons. You are not locked to dungeons anymore. So with that being said, with Elite Dungeons, it's actually a lot more convenient to now set your portal to Shadow Reef for all of them. Because you should be able to, yeah, as you see now, here's a bank chest. So you can actually bank right here. It is very nice. The only thing you don't get is like per renewal and stuff like that, but now I do have the banking option. And on top of that, we do have the teleporting option, so I can go right out to Dragon King Laboratory now. I don't have to do nothing else. I can set the portal to Shadow Reef and literally go to Dragon King Laboratory, or I could just teleport straight to Temple of Amnesia. It is really nice, and this only works from the outside. So when you go inside, it will still do the standard teleports. Everything else really does apply. But for that, this is I am very happy with this. I was shocked when I saw the convert charms because that's great because I just finished Temple of Amnesia and I can convert all my charms. For testing of ED2 and 3 though, I got some more stuff here for you guys. Um, this is a note. We're now bringing up the patch notes on the website. You can see the link up here. But anyway, I'm gonna go into some more notable things that wasn't really pretty obvious here. One thing is inside the dungeon, you can now place invention dummies for building a dren right there in front of the bosses. It's very nice for going for record and speed kills, especially for ambassador. It saves a lot of time in solos because you need full dren right off the get go. Now, here's the one big one here. Celestials and Gemstone Dragons aside, their Dragon Board have had their defense slashed. What that means is now magic is highly viable off Maniacal, which was a big problem. When I did Elite Dungeon 2, I literally was chinning everything because it had the same weakness as outside. Even though it said none, chins and everything still hit without no problem. Here's another big one. If you do not like doing Demon Hunting daily challenges and you do Elite Dungeons often, you can now do that as your daily challenge or Shifting Tombs. Shifting Tombs is actually better off for you. Of course, some issues with noting, some annoyances with achievements, safe spot removed. I think I know what this was. I wasn't for sure. As you see, You can now use a Sea Singer and Tetsu Sword upgrade crits on the respective augmented weapons. In order to upgrade them, all experience and perks will be kept. Ironmen are going to rejoice to this. There is now a thing for showing top 20 people who killed it. Now this is a huge, huge patch for ED1. Enemies in Temple of Amanishi can no longer use the Smash ability with the exception of 2 mini-bosses. There is one mini-boss in the start, which unfortunately is one of the pain-in-the-butt ones, but he can use Smash. I'm pretty sure that's the one. And the other one is, God damn it. I think they're both in the same room, but still. This means that when you are getting Sellsword Spec, you can reliably pray melee and Devo. When you're getting Deathloaded Spec, you can reliably pray range and Devo. And it also means if you see an Omni Power coming, you can reliably pray magic and you won't get one shot. This was a big annoyance to me. I actually fought for this one, and I am glad Orion took feedback, because this right here made ED1 for learners a living hell. And now that that's gone, seemingly he changed also the weapon kits and Death Lotus extracts will now return a fair amount of materials per disassembly. I will check that in a second. Now this is another one. This one I love. This is not good for learners, but it does force you to learn how to deal with the breath. Basically, when I was doing kills with Elite Tech Serenic, I was getting punished, technically, on Siryu. Technically, it was better off using Pernix on Siryu if you were going for no food kills, because you wanted less armor. Because you res this attack. This attack heals you for like 5 to 10k. It's really nice, and you don't get that, especially using Eldritch, because you can't soul split using Eldritch, and you don't get that with but now that this actually is now quit hit, yeah, sure, if you don't know what you're doing and you're hoping for it to splash, but you should be devoing and alternating res, and if you can't do either one, pray mage and debilitate it. I will be going into a more in-depth for dealing with this now with the changes, with these 2 changes. So, I will be doing, again, a redo of the guide, but that will be for a later date, not today. But basically, yeah, then the Elite Duck, like I said, is convertible. So, with that being said, let's go ahead to the bank. I have some of these kits, and I'm going to take a look and see what these exactly disassemble for. Actually, we could just go right here. That's beautiful. So, I'm going to examine this. Tetsu. We're going to break down one kit, and we're going to break down another kit, because I don't need more than one. And then Death Lotus Extract. And boom, Death Lotus Extract. So let's just see what they exactly change with this. Analyze. Chances for one material exclude special. Organic. They can give silent now. That is, I don't know if they could before. Resilient, and they can give Sea Singer. So let's disassemble. Something high value is not exactly high value, mate, but okay. Was that guaranteed? Yep, those are guaranteed components. That's not, because that one's probably bought from the DG shop. Holy hell. That's beautiful. So basically what that means is that ED1 is now viable for getting components for Elite Dungeons, if that is 100%. That is, I'll break down another Sea Singer kit, just to make sure. So yeah, I'm reading this exactly here. These will skyrocket now. This item has very high value. Chance of material 1 excludes special. Yeah. That's pretty cool. If this really does give Oceanic every time, I'm not going to test it much further. But, yeah, that's... The fact that he give Oceanic in the first place is really nice. That means it's not exactly a worthless item after you get 2 of them, if you're an Iron. So that will help out a lot for getting the Undead Sigil. We'll give the Oceanic, and... So yeah, basically the Sea Singers give Undead. The Tetsu gives the dragon, and Silent gives demon. Silent's the most useless anyway, so yeah, that's really nice. So basically that is the end of the Elite Dungeon patch notes. This would not be the last update video of the week, but this is something that I figured that I really want to go into, and I am very happy with these changes. So hopefully I'm going to be testing more, and we'll see what happens. So thank you guys very much for watching this update video and ramble, and I will see you guys for the next one.